lovelies, and welcome back to another video. So today I am chatting all things hair for me, and that is relaxed hair and hair in a protective style in the form of a weave sew-in. I've moved away from wigs and they're not my first choice, but I do love a U-part, and actually that's what I have installed, and it is a perimeter division and then a large U-part section here. And the perimeter here, so my natural hair is left out, and on average I relax my hair maybe every sort of 8 to 10 weeks, and then I move what portion I'm going to have out. So on this occasion I'm going to be showing you guys how I keep my hair moisturized and how I try and blend it into my hair extensions and make it look natural and seamless without using heat as well. If you're interested in that, then this is definitely going to be your kind of video. I hope you enjoy it, and if you've got any favorite products that you love to use, then definitely share them down below. Let me know what you think of this routine, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Today I'm going to be sharing my hair routine and how I maintain my relaxed hair, and I've probably been relaxing for like a year and a half. So since lockdown happened, I just felt like it was so much easier to maintain my hair in that state. Now with that being said, I also protective style with a traditional sew-in, and I just kind of switch aside, so I go from a left part, middle part to a right part, and I normally keep my sew-in for about 6 to 8 weeks. So what I am doing is only relaxing the perimeter and the actual parted section and not everything else, and then everything else is kind of having the growth for longer. So for example, you can see that the growth that's kind of coming out from the back of my head is there, and that hasn't been relaxed for a long time. So what I'm doing right now post school run is to quickly moisturize my hair and kind of refreshen it. I like to do this about once a week. However, the tips are done every sort of 3 days, so to kind of give them moisture, so they're feeling a bit crispy. And where I'm doing the whole mum thing and breastfeeding, sometimes I actually fall asleep without putting on my headscarf, so I feel like my ends are a little bit dry, and I'm gonna have to pay for that. So I need to really get my bedtime hair care routine down. But if you're interested in relaxed hair and protective styles and easy ways of kind of moisturizing the hair, then this video is for you. So I'm a big fan of the Argan Oil. It's a Cream of Nature brand, but this is their spray leave-in conditioner, and I really like that. So I don't use water or anything, and I know if you are natural, you'd normally kind of add moisture with water, and a lot of people normally, you want to avoid using water on relaxed hair because you think it's gonna like make it frizz and everything, but if you don't use loads, it just gives you what you need. So initially I'm just putting a little bit everywhere, and then underneath at the back, and I feel like the hair at the back needs it most. So in terms of the tools that I like to use, I kind of go between 3, and I absolutely love the Tangle Teaser, a wire tooth comb, and then a rat tail brush. So to begin with, at the back, I'll just take my wire tooth comb and brush downward just to detangle the little hairs at the back there. And then what I'm also going to do is section out my hair, my own natural hair, away from the actual sewing. And in terms of any heat that I use on the sewing section and stuff like that, or if I'm using my natural hair, I just use like the hair polisher heat protector, but for today I'm not going to be using any heat on it. So I'm going to get that up into a bun just for the purpose of kind of like getting it out of the way, so that I can moisturize everything deeply. Now that I've parted everything and my hair feels moist, it feels quite nice, but the tips don't have anything to it. So instead of just trying to blind spray, I spray some into my palm and rub my hands together, and that kind of gives me what I need. And then an essential is this coconut oil and baobab vital oil. So this is by ORS Hair Repair, and I just follow the partition line I have quite a dry scalp, so I like to kind of keep that moist and make sure it seeps in. Sometimes you can actually put it into the lines of your protective style as well. And then I don't have as much on the edges because what I don't want to do is make the hair too oily, so I'll just put a few drops onto my hand and then I'll kind of rub that on and massage it on. And I try and split down the line, like a parting line of my largest leave out section. Get some of that in there. And then another big part, but sometimes I skip it, sometimes I use it, is the Dark and Lovely. So they've got like a total repair, like an oil moisturiser. Where I've chosen to put an oil on its own, I don't really have to use the moisturiser as much, but it's not bad to use a little bit. It smells really nice as well, and I think it's a nice moisturiser. I prefer to use this if I'm actually styling my hair, like to fully style it. So I just put that over the hair and over the sections very lightly. And then this is where I can kind of come in with my tangle teaser and just detangle any of my hair. So by bringing everything to kind of one side, I can then have a little look at some of the tips. So you can see that I'm due a trim, to be fair. Maybe it's better, yeah, better on the white background. So I'm due a trim, loads of split ends, sparse areas, and that's really just down to the fact that postpartum I haven't been able to go to a hairdresser and do everything and keep everything at a good length and nice and healthy. But what I do love for the ends is Jamaican castor oil. Different people use this in different ways. I prefer to use it onto the actual ends of the hair and not directly onto my scalp. So I put some of that on and try and just massage it over the fingertips. So if I divide the hair back, and I just start from one side and just grab the hairs that would normally kind of like be dry and stringy, sort of. So I like to grab them and make sure that I've given them a nice coating, and during the week I'll probably be coating them with the Jamaican castor oil.